Today I'm going to show you how to service the lower of your formula fork. So you're going to need a formula Allen key, a valve tool, and Ballistol oil and some oil provided by formula. First step, you're going to remove the air that you have in the air chamber of your fork. So unscrew the little cap and use your valve tool. Be careful when you unscrew. We put some oil in the air chamber to increase the progression of the fork. Second step, you're going to remove the oil from your air chamber. So you put some oil in your air chamber with formula forks to increase the progression of your fork. Then you have to remove the legs from the fork. So use your formula Allen key. So be careful, as soon as you're going to start unscrewing, it's going to start leaking. Unscrew the second side. Finish up your first side. Okay. Keeping the bucket in view, you're going to remove the lowers after removing the 2 screws on each bottom. Be careful because it's going to leak. So once you have removed your lowers, you can either keep the old one, but today I'm just swapping for white lowers because it's matching my new bike. You're going to remove the little sponge thing here in the seals, dip it in the oil and put them back in. It lubricates them and it's easier for the fork lowers to get inside that. To remove the little spongy thing on the seal, you can either use a toothpick or I use like a tiny little Allen key. You delicately, gently peel them out and have your oil mix ready. Dip them in the oil, squish them so they can absorb as much oil as possible, and you will then put them back inside the fork. So be careful when you put them back in to actually put them back at the proper place. So don't rush. Use your fingers. You might get dirty, but it's part of the game. Make sure they're properly set in place and do the second side. Make sure that your seals are greased as well with the proper grease. Okay, so you're gonna slide your lowers back in, being gentle when you put them on the legs of the fork. You need to do both at the same time. Slide it in gently. Then we're going to put some oil in the lowers of the fork to lubricate it so it works better. You get 15 milliliter per leg. Be careful, keep your bucket close and gently with a syringe insert your oil mix. That's one leg done. Let's do the second one. Once you have lubricated the lowers, we're going to put the screws back on. You can start tightening them manually and you will finish with the Allen key. If you have a hard time reaching the air shaft, you just need to put a bit of air in your air chamber and it will push the shaft back towards the bottom of the leg. Make sure both sides are properly tightened. Don't over torque it because you may damage the pads for the Allen key, but tighten up so your lower don't go anywhere when you're jumping. depending how progressive you want your fork, we're going to put some oil, the mix of the formula oil and the Ballistol into the air chamber. Remove the valve cover. You're going to put, for me, for my weight, I weigh 70 kilos and I usually run between 45 to 50 psi in my fork, and I have 20 milliliters of the mix of Ballistol and formula oil. So you have removed the valve on your fork, and you want to put a bit travel so you can add the oil slowly into your air chamber. And as you add oil, you add some travel onto your fork. So make the fork move with the travel. It helps get the oil inside the air chamber. And put back your valve core on and put the air pressure you want into your fork. And to finish up, clean up your fork, I use blue rag and some isopropyl alcohol on the lowers, and just here swipe it with the blue rag. And here you go, you have serviced the lower of your formula fork.